What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video of Dragon Xenoverse Lost Dragon Ball. Now this video will be a little bit longer than usual just because they had a massive update that was dropped, so I know you guys will find this video very interesting. If you guys can, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Feel free to share the videos with your friends. Now let's hop right into it. Now they did drop a massive update with runes being added to the game that have a whole bunch of effects that can change the face of a battle. Now they are adding a whole bunch of strategy into it by doing this. We're going to run through a little tutorial of the system that they have right here. So basically there are 6 slots that you can equip to a character. Now when you equip 2 move slots, you get that effect of that essentially. And then when you equip 4 of the same rune, you get an added effect on top of that. And then when you add 6, you maximize the amount, if they're the same rune, you maximize the amount of that skill can give you. So just looking at this, you can run it multiple ways. You can have 4 of the same rune and then 2 of another rune set, or you can do 6 of all of a single rune set, or you can even mix it up one other way and do 2 sets of one rune, 2 runes of another, and then 2 runes of another to maximize the difference of varying abilities they have going on right now. So when we open this up, you get some blue and green runes, which is pretty cool. They start you off with some. Now I will be saving up some of the currencies for these runes to open more. Essentially it's like having the moves on steroids. So they have the similar qualities, you know, you start with green, blue, purple, orange, and then red being legendary. So that's how we're going to rock it right now. We're not going to really be upgrading these right now, just maybe a little bit just to test it out. But I do want to save the upgrade stones for these runes for the higher up tier, especially that red and orange tier. But it should be pretty interesting. You can read the effects and go over all that. So it's definitely going to play a role. What characters are going to be better with certain runes. So you see right here we equip 4 of the same rune, obviously in 4 different slots, and he gets an added ability, so like damage rate and everything. Now this is the new thing. This is called the key burst. Right here it's called a crowd burst when multiple characters have it. So instead of swiping up on all the characters, you can just literally click the button, crowd burst, and everyone's rune abilities will be activated, which is pretty cool. And that happens automatically in in arena fights, so it's really helpful. And you can even do that in the experience trials and all that. You can have that automatically activated if you click auto. Yeah, now also in the elite campaigns they did add new characters. They added Golden Cooler, they added Super Sin Shenron, I believe even Hit, Karshal, and yeah, so a lot of new characters that can be farmed up. This also makes my last episode even more viable. You can run more of an evil team, especially now with a lot of those characters being farmable, being the Golden Cooler. So yeah, definitely still upgrading the Super Saiyan 4 Goku right here. We are trying to get him to Orange 3 and also rank him up to 5-star to get that damage increase. And then we can unlock more of his Divine Domain, because we do want to get the Super Saiyan 4's Divine Domains up. Right here there is a main stage. I'm just saving up. I feel like there is going to be an exchange event coming pretty soon. Also right here you can redeem for Champa with those chests that they haven't really had some use for. So you could use that for Champa. It would be nice to get Champa as a way to have a link. Now this is a new thing also, the Space Tower. So basically what you're going to do, you're going to click Battle. You're going to go into it. You're going to have 5 warriors in your lineup, and then obviously up to 3 assist characters. It's similar to the Crossword, and it's also similar to Arena, but basically both your lineups are going to have to win a fight against the CPU in order to move on to the next stage. Now I'm definitely going to be playing around with the lineup right here. I do want to keep the Super Saiyan 4s together. I do know having Jiren and Gate Zamasu together is going to be a pretty monster front line. And yeah, so I'm not really too worried with this. Our characters aren't even that strong when it comes to like a totality of all 12. So I think having 10 characters in the lineup is much better for us, and we're a lot more suited having our characters upgraded. Now I do like having the Bardock, Vegeta, and Android 17 together, and then running like Hit and Goku together is just something I'm trying to experiment with. But we're going to watch a whole bunch of these fights right now. I'll run you through it. Basically we're on Kami's house right now, and it's automated, so it's locked. You can't automatically manually fight. It is all automated, and if any of your characters, which we'll see soon, have any of the runes, you'll have that key burst ability like I've been mentioning show up on the bottom left. So it should be pretty interesting. I did want to start off with this lineup, seeing how it would do. The reason why I have the Majin Buu there is just to tank a little bit more. I do have a lot of my red moves on that Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So if that Majin Buu, even if he dies, come back with a 60% chance, that'd be really good, so he gets off a couple more hits. Speaking of hit, he's doing his assist right now, which is really helpful to take out that enemy. And this honestly should be pretty easy. It is the first stage, but it will get progressively difficult, so you really got to make sure your lineup is working in synergy. And you see the Majin Buu is going to come back to life. Not too worried though. This should be a pretty easy cleanup. So what happens after we get this win? Our teams are going to swap right now into that second lineup that we had created and go up against another level in a way. So here's the Ki Burst. Got these muscle increases, damage rate, and damage reduction. And obviously the more characters you have with that, they're going to be doing more and more of those effects. So got these muscles is going to be doing more damage, especially by him being AoE. That's a great ability to have for him. And yeah, so I do hope that we can get more runes and equip them to Jiren, Broly. Honestly, we want all of our characters to have runes on them, but it will take a while, especially being free to play. But that is the main focus now, because they can have, I think, more of an effect than the moves. Yes, the moves are just as good, but having abilities that add percentage instead of a plus and minus stat is, in my opinion, much better. So I'd rather have the attack percentage or damage rate percentage increase rather than an attack stat increase, if that makes sense to you guys. But definitely let me know your comments. It was a big update, so just when we thought everything was getting a little slow in the game, they pick it right back up with something that's going to take a lot of our time to get our lineups even better and honestly make the game a lot more competitive. But yeah, so this lineup right here, this is, I believe, the second level. So again, you run in with that first lineup and you're fighting the CPU again. I think our Vegeta is going to drop right here, but it's all right. We should be still pretty good just because our Super Saiyan Blue Goku is going to be able to heal a lot. Super Saiyan 4 Goku is also going to be doing a lot of damage. And then Kid Buu should be doing his ultimate pretty soon as well. We have our assists going off that are taking out enemies by themselves. That hit assist is definitely a game changer, and we didn't even upgrade it that much, so I'm kind of happy that we did go that route in upgrading him, especially because we aren't really using the hit as much. So by utilizing him a little bit better as an assist character, and if we upgrade enough, he'll be able to come in into the fight on round 3 and also later on round 1. So we did lose right there, but that's all right. The second team will come in again. Got these monsters doing this Ki Burst. But yeah, I am going to be a little redundant right now, but I just really want to show you guys the Ki Burst, and it's a pretty big update. And I know a lot of you were probably going to be confused if you haven't seen a similar system like this in the game. I can only remember of like one game that I played that had something like that, adding runes to a character and adding abilities. So that's the only reason why I'm kind of familiar with it. But it is definitely a new concept that I'm trying to get used to. I still don't know the best combinations of what runes to throw in each character. But definitely something fun to mess around with, and adds more uniqueness, because now you can run, you don't necessarily need a defensive type character or and you can run probably all attack type characters, and if you have decent runes to boost the defense reduction, maybe you can run an all attack lineup. Who knows, the possibilities are pretty endless, but it's just food for thought. So you can always run what you want and run what you feel best with. So yeah, let's go watch this just a little bit more and see what happens. Now, something I did find pretty interesting with the assist souls. Now, I did experiment and try putting the Vegeta and the Android 17 together. Now, if you don't know, Vegeta actually does have the Phoenix War Soul. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. So Android 17 only activates if you have a Phoenix War Soul present. So once Vegeta actually gets summoned to the field and deployed, I should say, Android 17's assist can actually work. So honestly, I was really surprised when I saw it, but I'm just going to skip to this fight right here. We're probably going to end up losing this fight, but it was pretty interesting when I saw it. So we have the obviously Android 17 and the Vegeta in this assist lineup. Agatha Zamasu was pretty much taken down, and we were down to the Goku Black. His Omega Shenron, this Omega Shenron is pretty difficult to defeat. We are taking a whole bunch of damage. So right here, the Vegeta comes in from round 3, and then you'll see Android 17's assist activate, I'm pretty sure, next round. The Omega Shenron's healing a lot, so definitely if you have that evil team, especially people watching the video. Run him in your lineup for an evil team. He's pretty good. He's honestly like similar to the Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta in the sense that he can heal up to 12%. So there we go. There was the Vegeta doing his skill, and then Android 17 should be doing the assist if I already missed it or not. So I should be right here. So here's the Android 17. And so I thought that was pretty interesting that even if you have an assist character that's deployed and they have that War Soul that meets the conditions, the assist soul can still activate. That's pretty cool. We'll definitely run Omega Shenron. Again, he's like the Super Saiyan 4 of an evil team. He can stack up to and heal up to 12% around if he does his mini skill, if I'm not mistaken. He's also going to increase attack and defense for all allies. So great support character. We did lose there. That's pretty much where we got up to. We can stop showing the fights now. Just wanted to highlight that. But yeah. Now, I do want to show you guys the shop. They did add a bunch of new redeemable items in the shop, which is pretty good. It did need an update. They added, finally, Super Saiyan God to the shop and a few other, like Ribiran and a couple other weapons. They have some stones now that you can even buy to reset some of your characters. I don't really intend on doing that right now. Going into the challenge points, they added Xeno Goku. They still have some of the other characters as well, but they have Kershal, if I said his name right, and some other stones. Obviously still the Esotericas, and in the Alliance they have Cooler now, so I'm definitely just redeeming on the Cooler, just trying to attain them for the links of any possible characters that we do get in the future. But yeah, again, in the Elites you can farm out more evil characters. And now I do want to break down really quickly again the runes, just for anyone kind of confused. So I'm going to mess around with these runes right here and put these Gardening Force runes on Jiren. So basically it's going to reduce the amount of rage or anger points that the enemy gets back when Jiren blocks the attack. And we do know Jiren does block at a really high rate. So that's something I'm going to try and experiment with. And those other moves, I believe it's called the Warpath runes, I'm going to equip to someone else so they can make better use of it. And then, yeah, that's honestly what I'm kind of experimenting with, see what works with who. And those other spare runes, I literally just throw on any of my other characters that I had available. Obviously, once we get more, we'll be able to complete more rune sets. And should be in the coming week. We should have a little bit more of that. Now, you can also go to the instructions, and it'll basically break down what the skills do. You see there's 6 slots right here. Deadly Blow, all those other ones that we all talked about, Warpath. So basically you need 6 of them, and they'll activate to the fullest extent of the thing. So once you have 2, you get the first ability, then 4 the second one, and then 3 for the third one. So just a little food for thought again, just going over for you guys, and I know it's a big update to handle. But that's pretty much going to wrap up this episode of Dragon Xenoverse Lost Dragon Ball. Make sure everyone to like, comment, and subscribe. Share the video so we get more exposure to the channel. And as always, I'm out. Later.